Yeah, I like how I walked up all rage. Miss. Miss.
Praise Iomade,
that was pretty
you
bad.
woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
Did we win?
Sadly, no.
Oh.
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
What's the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
Well, tell me about the wardstone. Why is it so important?
The wardstones are a gift of Iomade. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The wardstones keep the world wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the abyss.
Okay. What's your plan?
You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the world wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the world wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the abyss.
Okay, you're right. That sounds kind of bad. I found a cultist dispatch in the dungeons. It seems they're holed up in the Tower of Estrad.
Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
Okay. Can I help you on your main quest?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone. Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon
Yeah, he
attack.
banged the demon girl.
The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened.
Kind of excited that we're going to talk to him because I want to ask him more about what happened with the weird demon lady. They had some weird relationship, for sure. I'm still watching, but I'm watching from bed and not typing either there. I almost said they had weird sex, but that felt weird to say.
There's another problem.
They're video
After
game
the
characters.
attack,
They didn't
the
bang,
demons began to
right?
gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use.
Okay.
And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabras, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
Okay. Everything
May
is
the
clear.
goddess
Thank you.
help We're still fighting, which means that Canabra still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area,
One
check
more
out this
thing.
address. It's our house. Mine and Anevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
Great. I think we just got like 4 side quests there, chat. Most enemies try to attack your most vulnerable party members. Put the characters with the highest AC on the front line. Yeah, I got a formation already. Oh, I lost my entire team. Oh, good. I lost my big attack too. That was hurting me. My death's door. Hey, wait. Mind if I bend your ear about something? Anivia's outside your door, leaning casually against a shelf. So here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission. I get that. I know you'll get the job done. I've seen you in action. But here's the rub. By sending you on an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. Do you want me to stay here and guard the tavern? You? What? No, your task is way too important. You can't just hold up here all cozy-like, waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need to take the fight to them. If those freaks try to make a move on this place, Beth will send a rumor runner to get you. If that happens, you leg it back here, alright? Because if you don't, you'll be coming back to the ash pile. Got it? What do you think the demons will attack next? Your guess is as good as mine. It might not be here, but could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin know they've lost the upper hand and that we're going to push back hard. If things kick off here, you should know after they attack, some things can be changed beyond recognition. So if you got any business that needs taken care of, you better do it soon. So the map is dynamic. Interesting. Everything's so clear to me. What else do you want to discuss? So, the rift that damn beetle left with the site? Yeah, well, it cut the city in 2, and it's kind of difficult to get across. My scouts told me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing in Market Square. Not that any of them tried to make sure. But if you got a mind to go across, and I think you're going to have to eventually, you might want to give the square a once-over. Okay, thank you for warning me. Alright, oh, by the way, I was rummaging through my stash and I found something useful from my old life, so to speak. Here's a little gift, one rogue from another, and it might come in handy. Scroll, invisibility, and potion of haste. Later, watch yourself out there. Bye, Anivia. Okay, let's pull up our journal. So now we have all of these. Okay, let's go see what else is laying around here that we can talk to. You?
I shall not.
Oh, it's Staunton. The dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel, one whose high crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows make it clear they're all inside is dead. Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the Gary garrison. Name's Staunton Vane. If you've heard rumors about me, his face, which looks like it's never known anything as carefree as a smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me is true. Everything people say about me, it's true. I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? The storyteller? Staunton strokes his beard in thought. A strange old fellow, that one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort, he just listened. At first I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible, but later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he is alive and well. He's completely blind, and feeble too, so if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place that he might be. Look for him in Blackwing. It's the library. Here, I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use of a library it is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there day and night. Yo, what do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor, as bad a Woljif, that I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned, that Queen Galfrey should never have spared me, that I belong on the gallows. Why do they hate you so much? You really don't know? Staunton gives you a long, morose look and then sighs. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in the fortress on the edge of the Worldwound instead of bringing the fight to the demons. We used to have a foothold up in the Wound, the mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it, until it fell. And all because of my stupidity. I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so, but the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I had done. So that's how I live, decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. The dwarf shrugs. As you can see, I have fixed nothing, and I have earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? It wouldn't surprise me. I hope you earn forgiveness. You keep living and fighting with no hope for anything better, because that's what the Queen ordered you to do. There is honor in that. You were given the chance to live, so live, and stop blaming others for what's made your life. Spit in Staunton's face. That's rude. I think we just go with the chaotic. You were given the chance to live, so live, and stop blaming others for what you've made of your life. Do you think you're the first to come to me with sermons? The dwarf shrugs indifferently. A whole city filled because of you? How's that possible? What do you mean, how? The knight glares at you from beneath the furrowed brows. If you don't trust the word of a condemned, go ask somebody else, like my little brother Jorn. And if you still don't believe it, what's it to me? But if you're about to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace for the 1000th time, just don't. You really don't have any friends? I couldn't have survived this long if I had completely alone. Jorn, my little brother, he keeps me going. He's never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters in the condemned console themselves by thinking, I got stripped of my rank, but at least I'm not Staunton. Damn. Commander Tirablade seems to be the only one in this whole army who remembers that I'm a soldier and not a drudge. She has no qualms about taking me into battle. She's had some mud flung at her in the past, or so I hear. That's why she tries to keep an open mind about people. It's no surprise that she's the only one to hold on to her sense for reason in this farce. So many years in this condemned. Surely you've paid your penance by now. That's not for me to decide. My life is in the Queen's hands. He falls silent for a moment, and then in a trembling voice he adds, the condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I have prayed to Torog for forgiveness, Countless times I've gone to priests, countless times I've kneeled before his altar. If only the father of dwarvenkind would answer my prayers just once, not to restore what I've lost, but just to tell me that I am still one of his children. But it seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from mere mortals when my own god doesn't think I deserve redemption? Wow. Well, go on then. Maybe we'll see each other. Jeez. Okay, bud. His life kind of sucks.
Road awaits.
Hey. What if Canterbury's isn't the only one that is overrun? What if this is only how it all ends? Maybe.
Follow my steps.
A tall, fragile-looking elf is in front of you, eyes closed. He is pale as a ghost, his arm wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes, but even in such a miserable state, he manages to keep calm. Raising his eyes to meet yours, he said faintly, I am Foreign Autumn Haze, at your service. His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no signs of pain or fear in his gray eyes. Do you need help? After giving you a cold, intense look, he shakes his head. Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer tended to me. Besides, I have come quite resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. What wounded you? A sinner and accomplice of demons, the quarry I am hunting in this inhospitable place. Well, I am Ninebeards. You can trust me. I might be able to help you. After a brief pause, Ford says, it would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. See, I can be friendly, chat. Who is your quarry here in Mendev? I was hunting a fugitive, a Descarite by the name of Kalisia. It pains me to admit these are heinous malefactors such as her among my noble kind. I managed to keep up to her in Canterbury's, and I wounded her. The demons appeared and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued and couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark masters. He expresses no anger or hatred as he speaks, but only compassionate sorrow. I am sorry for your misfortune. I hope things will turn out differently next time. You're not that great of a hunter, it would seem. That sounds unfair. He purses his lips. There is no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with great longevity. We gain a deeper understanding of the world than other races, and we learn our lessons better than anyone. That goes for learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I am more prepared the next time we meet. Well, I would like to aid you in your hunt. Foreign covers his eyes warily. I thank you, but this is my mission, and I'm used to facing all manner of terrors on my own. I do appreciate your willingness to help. If you happen to meet Kalisia, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls to the path of evil, and darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. Her appearance alone will tell you that. It is warped. The agate skin? Agate? Agitated? The agitated skin? The malicious stare of her blood-red eyes, the bestial teeth. She's more a monster than an elf at this point. What does she look like again? Her skin is dark, her hair are white, her red eyes can see perfectly in the dark, which to my dismay I've come to know from experience, but bright light causes her kind pain. I use an alchemical powder that explodes in a dazzling light, and she cried out as if I stabbed her. Cool. Good fortune upon you. So that might be like a side quest we run into later on? Alright, I guess we just leave now. Let's go downstairs and see what's up. I think it's where we came from, isn't it? Oh no. Surrender thy soul, Delvin. Hi, Mayday. Protect us. Got you again. How many times is that today? Take your jokes and shove them, you tiefling. Whoa, easy there, Chief. Don't hit me. Who is this?
Hey, Chief. Hey, Dreamboat, come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
Uh-oh.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out.
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Well, who are you?
Woljif. Woljif Jeffdo. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
Why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
Well, what do you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in
Well, he
Canabras.
sounds nice. Your shadow, what is that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
I can't help you while you're chained up. How do I free you?
That's easy. You know Irabeth?
Uh-huh.
Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
Yeah, sure, I'll talk to her.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment
He seems
I laid
great.
eyes on you.
He seems great. And he's got a voiceover, true. Let's grab loot here. What does that do exactly? Oh no, let's go back in. I want to talk to what's her name and see about that tiefling. Hey, Irabeth. There is a tiefling chained up in Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Woljif is a petty thief from a gang of tieflings operating in Canabras. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended only one of them and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's Heart, but that's hardly a prison. Woljif knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go for free or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, then go ahead and take him out of the guard's hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful should you decide to take him with you. Okay. Let's do it. Let's take him. Hey, let him go. Go ahead, don't take too long though.
Let us be careful.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
I've talked to Irabeth and I've decided to make you a part of my troop. We'll see how it goes.
You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me.
I like this
I'm
guy.
free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
No, it's
You're a
fine.
bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, Something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go. I'll show you the way.
I kind of want to go there first, chat. In the criminal underworld, there is no concept of justice as long as people would understand it. The young thief Woljif knows this perfectly. Oh, he seems really cool. Okay, pull up the map. Can I start seeing my side quest here? To the tavern. This is to the area exit. Area exit. Can I not pull out of the map at all? It doesn't look like it. Do I just have to naturally find things?
Likely.
Current party. Let's remove her and bring in him. Because I want to see how he plays. Blackwing Library. The famous library holds one of the biggest collections of books in the field. Oh, okay, so this is the entire map, I'm assuming? Oh, Jesus. This map is huge. Thiefling hideout. I want to go there. Yeah, let's go there with my Thiefling. Dr. Sister Karasmai. Is there a way to know what level this is? The journey will take 2 hours. That's fine. Oh, so cool! You failed to sneak past the enemies. Prepare to fight. No! No! Alright, let's fucking brawl.
Can we retreat already?
What do you do, bud? Mage armor. Oh, he's a magician! Oh, fuck yes! That's great! Grease. Let's do Grease right over here. And then we'll have our tanks run in.
I'll rip you apart!
Okay.
Yes.
Come on. Get the stabs you're looking for. Come on. Easy. Easy fight. Oh, I don't want to walk on grease. I wonder if there's like ways I can counter getting caught on my path. Do you want to enter location? Yes, please. I brought the Tiefling, right? Yeah, I did. The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered Tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separate from the rest. The tall woman, who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife, greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Woljif, you got my message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Karasmai. I was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next... Well, no, I was still in shackles and I was being watched, and the chief got me out. And I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip in the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. What happened? That bitch Irbith showed up almost right away. She knew we would be there, and someone betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? And make it quick. So wait, Woljif betrayed his allies? Let's go with lawful. Well, lawful's like good, right? I'm chaotic evil. Kinabreeze is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? Karasmi turns to you. He speaks! I thought Woljif only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. I'd be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters, but in the family, there's nothing worse than betrayal, and it's something we do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find the rat, my superiors, let's just say, well, I'll wish I was burning in Kinabreeze. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance until I find out who the traitor is here. No one is leaving. Woljif, tell us your side of the story. What happened? Well, what's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Karasmar got 6 of us together in the very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woljif jerks his head towards the 5 Thieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up, and she's always got a score. Ancestries and wonders. The one place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out of the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its masters. This job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right, with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock, and I remember it clear as day. Sister Donna was on the lookout. Brother Melrun had the scroll. Daffy, Tavi, and Werner brought the sacks. We covered the window and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive rolled away from another. I crawled under a table after it, and the next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered, but I was still on the table. Not my finest moment, but I was going to wait it out. But then the blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth, and add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything? Karasmai is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the Moon of the Abyss, Brother Woljif? What is the Moon of Abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of the Ancestries and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star, fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon. You know, a crescent, waning moon. And in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Fellyman was so proud of the amulet. He used to say, I'll never sell it, it's the jewel of my collection. Woljif sighs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kind of treasure there were in the world. There's nothing else to do, or else to look at in Kennebrys. People used to claim it was such a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you in a second if you tried to fence it. Everyone knew that you were always hanging around Ancestries and Wonders, drooling over the Moon of the Abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all this commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you get off scot-free with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you. Why would Irabeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was a rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellin can have a nice wolf-sized dinner? The Moon of the Abyss is a pretty valuable, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It's not worth dying over. You know, Irabeth's people would protect you. You know you could pin the moon going and missing on them. And now you come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. The only problem is nobody's returned the amulet to Philemon. Are you Irabeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd get the cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Imedai all rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who will take bribes, I'm sorry to say though, but Irabeth a Tearblade isn't one of them. Go on, Woljif. That's the whole sorry story. Woljif crosses his arms looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be. It's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take care of each other and their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If that's important to you, Sister Crummy, I'll find it, and I'll drag the traitor here by the horns, just so you don't end up at the bottom of the cellin. But do you know what you're going to owe me for that? An apology. Right here, in front of everyone. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy and I was wrong about you. Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will go wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's come to get you. You'll have no peace. But one day, you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that's when we'll get you. Got that? You have a way of words, Sister Kara. She sure does. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to the scary gal, Irabeth. She knows you a little. You can ask her, or we can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do all the talking. Jesus. We'll find the real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Irabeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor and be quick about it. Time's running out and I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Okay. What an interesting little storyline. I think we're going to do this for a little bit, chat. I'm interested to see how this all pans out. I am worried with all this timing and day stuff, though. Do I only have a certain amount of time to do certain side quests? Is that how that works? Here we go. More loot here too. Grab it, go. Yeah, check time on your quest log. Quest log. So I know that if I go to the next chapter, I automatically lose all these. So I need to know if I need to pick the ones I want to do, or am I just screwed? The last chapter to complete this quest, or it will fail afterwards. So I think I don't know if I have time to force this, or if I just don't go to the next one. The chapter is your limit? Okay, so I can do all these. Good. I didn't know if I had to pick and choose.
Let's head out.
Hello! Earbeth was her head, entire eyes. A success? How's the city? There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Was your informant among the Thieflings? Earbeth arches her brows in surprise. Canterbury's is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare knife time to help out thieves? I don't like this, and I hope you know what you're doing, but I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of the dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. Earbeth hesitates as she tries to remember. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the long horns, didn't fit underneath. There should be a guardian golem and accessories and wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact. So you can interrogate the thing to find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Aurori. The shop's owner must have escaped, and there's a chance that you'll be lucky with the golem. The shop guardian golem and accessories and wonders. Okay. Spin reveal. Cool. Let's go do that. In dialogue. Good night, Flippin'. Thanks for hanging, yo. If it's like Keymaker, anytime you have a timed quest, it will have a timer on the quest, but you usually won't have any time limits over that than doing things before the end of the chapter. Right now, the time is just keeping track of how long you're awake so you can get tired. Later things will take time to do independent of your doing quests. Gotcha. Take all that.
I found, something.
What did you find? Loot? What the fuck? Demonic heart. This can be used to brew potions. What the hell? Phew, free at last. I thought it flattened like a pancake under that rumble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not even in pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's up with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finilian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. You're a Pathfinder? That's right. Finnian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wherever my tasks lead me, scouting mostly, but this last while I've been hanging around in Canterbury's, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes me better. But at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn. What I meant was, what are you? What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from here and here, actually. We killers of the Star Icon fled when the world wound troubles begin, but I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or do you mean about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is about every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me Phantom Blades. A Phantom Blade? What's that? It's like a spiritualist, but like with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point and can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, huh? I don't need whetstones or enchantments. It doesn't take up space either. Although to be fair, it's not a barrel lass. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors. The city is under attack by demons. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until he came along. If there are demons in Canterbury's, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone, and besides, the more the merrier. Alright, I'll take you with you. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, or a bow? Just say the word. Items received. Finnian, the talking weapon. You now have a unique companion, Finnian, the talking weapon. You can access him through a special button in your inventory. Click on the initiate dialog with him to change his form to make him take the shape of any weapon before handling him to one of the characters in your party. There are no limitations to changing Finnian's form. Finnian will become more powerful as the personal story progresses. That is so fucking cool! That is so cool! How do I click it? Let me look at this real quick. So where's Finnian? Where is he? Go weapons here. Character? Is there a way to see it? Is the inventory? Oh, Finnian, right here. Click it. There we go. Start dialogue. Hail to the adventurers, you know? I've never regretted following you. Everyone seems to revolve around you, like beavers in the millwheel. I'll have a lot to write in my report to the Pathfinder Society. Although, thinking about it, it's been a while since I last sent them in reports. You talk too much, it's annoying, you're a weapon nothing more. Rude. Sure, go ahead, although I haven't really done anything noteworthy yet. Do you realize that you're a weapon? What kind of question is that? I mean, sure, the clerics keep going on about every crusader being a weapon of Imadae, but I don't speak for myself in fancy words like that. I'm just a lad with 2 arms, 2 legs, and more freckles than I would like to see. I choose where to go and whom to fight for. I don't want to be someone's weapon, you hear? Ardon is dead, now everybody decides their own fate. How did you become a Pathfinder? I've always wanted to be one. Ever since I was a kid, I remember to go out to the edge of the village at sunset and then just keep walking until I got tired of someone dragged me back by my ear. It was like something was drawing me away from the home. My clan wasn't the nomadic kind. Before the wound opened, the idea of traveling anywhere would never have crossed my minds, or crossed the minds of many in my clan. They were content with their community or their patch of land. But I had always wanted to see what lay beyond that bend in the road, other than the familiar hill, which is beyond the horizon. My father, he wanted to teach me to be a shaman like him, but as soon as I came of age, I was off looking for the Pathfinder Society, and I found it, and is. After 3 weeks of travel on foot, I passed their trials and they accepted me. My father hasn't spoken to me since, but that's alright. Once he hears of my great deeds, he will come around someday. All I wanted was to rush off to some faraway land and find a treasure trove no one else had discovered yet. But I knew I had a duty to Sarcosis. Then the wound opened, and the demons, the havoc. In the end, I never went anywhere. Talk to me about hunters, all far as you know. You talk too much, it's annoying your weapon, nothing more. Why would I say that to him? Tell me about the society. Oh, well, sometimes folks curse over our names, calling us opportunists who just want to line our pockets. But that's only part of it. We're travelers, explorers, solvers of mysteries, and fighters of evil. I mean, good coin hasn't hurt anybody yet. But for folks like me, it's not what matters most. We're curious to see the world, play a part in everything, stick our nose everywhere. Getting into our circle isn't easy. First, you must prove that you can endure any place you're sent to, that you won't shy away or flee. That's why you'll never catch a long line of applicants outside of any society lodge. Every lodge has a vineyard captain, and if they approve your application, you're in. And there are many lodges all over the world, but the main one, the Grand Lodge, is located far away, in Absalom. I've never been there myself, but I've heard a lot of stories about it, about the decemvirate that governs all Pathfinder's affairs from there. I guess we'll say you talk too much. I gotta turn him into a weapon. Well, what's this all about? Watch what you're saying or I might take it personally. Will you shut up already? I don't need you. I'll sell you the first merchant I see. Wow, I'm sorry. I overreacted. That's all. I should get going. If you feel like chatting, I'm always here. Let's grab this real quick. The formerly well-appointed shopman in looks a sorry state has been completely ransacked, lying in the corner next to a scorched wall or soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Mastered. Code ward. Hand of Aurori, right? Code word correct. The golem's eyes grow brighter. Awaiting orders. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. The golem is silent for a moment. 56 individuals entered the shop. Human, female, old. Gnome, male, old. Human, female. He'll be ringing off customers until nightfall. We need to ask it in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? The golem goes silent for a while. Tieflings. There were 3. A tiefling male, middle-aged, a tiefling male, young, and a tiefling female, young. Describe the middle-aged one, male. Tiefling male, medium height, long horns, medium link tail, eye color, pale blue, skin color, dark. Special observations, red hair. That might be him. Oh, that's a traitor. I bet your life on it. Cures me drilled in our heads that we won't go to hanging out by the shop. Red hair. We've got a couple of gingers and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for a special observation. Golems ain't all they cracked it to be, huh? Maybe its master knows more. Describe the male. Medium height, short horns, nope. Horns, tail, sounds like me, but not possible. I know why it carries like there. I didn't come near the place. I'll give you my word, chief. Yep, wasn't that. Subject was unremarkable. Tiefling female, average height, hair, long, pale, tail absorbs long horns, eye color blue, special observation, scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. Ooh, it might be that one. I don't know that one. A new arrival, most likely. Gold stitching? Huh. Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. Enough. Where'd you come from? Who created you? The golem was created by Gaffer and Son. Address third building to the right, Jeweler's Alley, Nerosan Mendev, model G504ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Mr. Gaffrian. Okay. Where's your master? Fill in Fruitless, my master is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. Prohibited. He's likely holed up somewhere in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where is the basement? This place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. So can I get rid of him then?
Have I pleased you?
Oh, nice! So now we can go down. Had about for a while. What's your opinion on the Pathfinder game? It's great. That's good. Chat, what do you think? The people lurking. This is why I have a hard time streaming RPGs. Chat just dies. Chat! I need attention.
Done.
Okay, we take all this. Good. The elderly gnome, so poorly as to be nearly spherical, is curled up in the corner of the basement, shaking. Marauders! Bandits! Scavengers! Please calm down. No one's gonna rob you. We don't have to be mean to this person. We don't have to. The gnome peers at you. You do look better dressed than the local thieves and rugmuffins. You came here to tell me the nightmare is over. No, it's not. Well, you're here to sell my riches. Get back. You performed a good action. The gnome noticed Wolfjo and his rounded face turned scarlet. You, Woljif, the dirty little sneaky thief. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally you worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything, I'm sure. The gnome seems to settle slightly. My name's Filmin Frutalis. I was the owner of the shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe, but nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I had left. The watch was very keen to get their hands on those thieflings. They seemed to be multiplying all over Golorin. So of course I did everything they said, and I've been stuck in the basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door no matter how much I yelled at it. But when I thought that it was all to the good, somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the beeflings that have visited. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the city guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word. I know how to loosen a tongue. Bluff. I'm helping the Eagle Watch to catch the culprits. I can bluff. We have good persuasion. Let's go for it. So they haven't got the thieflings. I thought the city's finest were on the job, and they... You can't rely on anyone. Ask your questions in, if it's so important. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. Ooh, tell me about the tiefling woman. Filman scratches his chin. A tiefling woman. Ah, yes, I remember now. A noble lady unlike the tiefling rufflings we have around here. She purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all the tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. Tell me about the red-haired one. A red-haired tiefling, I suppose. Yes, there was the one who came in, spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means, and I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Azur-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing, and that put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember is that he was wrapped in a green cloak like he was freezing, but that's all I have. That's it. With that description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief. Back to Sister Karasmi we go to have a good long shifty to all my brothers and put all these clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't going to wriggle out of this one. Okay. Wolfjo Jeffter, right? Yeah, I've known him for a long time, though I'd rather not known him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in it again. If he was with the gang that robbed my shop, I'll bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm a prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who's got the moon. I wanted to see if he returned too. You get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby's mitts on it. Okay, I found everything I need to know. If it isn't enough to help you with the catch of thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace with a wreck of a shop. Okay, I think it's either actually Wolfjen or that red-haired tiefling for sure. Let's go find out.
Please forgive the silent one for lurking while watching your awe-inspiring feats.
You are
TrikSlyr,
forgiven.
Daddy.
You are forgiven. You may continue to witness greatness. Ba-ba-boom. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, I found out information. Kara's me drums up her fingers nervously on the handle of her blade. Well? Are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name and the moon of the base of the stole. I don't need anything else. Take a good look at the suspects. The tieflings are tense and ready to reach for their weapons. The only redheads are Melon and Doffy. The dark-skinned tieflings are Werner, Doffy, and Malloran. Doffy, Melon, and Travia have straight horns, but Tevye is female. Only Varner and Melloran have green cloaks. So it's Melloran, right, chat? Redheads are Melon and Doffy. The dark-skinned tieflings are Varner, Doffy, and Malloran. Doffy, Melon, and Melloran have straight horns, but Tevye is female. And only Varner and Melon have green cloaks. Yeah, it's Melrun. I am ready to give a name. Well, go on, tell her. Melrun. The traitor is Melrun. You'll pay for this. We will get you in the end. Stop him! Oh my god. Oh! Grab him! Taking away for questioning. I think you killed him. Garazma looks wary, but her earlier tension has clearly lifted. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of the Baphomet ordered him to steal the moon of the Abyss, and the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us to Erebus so that he could swipe the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd nicked it, and he slinked off to meet up with his customer. You've got the moon of the Abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamed of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got the window display, the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to a person who ordered it. The bloody cultist. Ah, I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you gonna do now? Clear out this place, the sooner the better. The city's dying, and I don't want to die with it. The city would have already died if not for the people who stood up to defend with their weapons in their hands. So defend it. I'm not stopping you. It's your city, but we've always been outside here. Why should we fight for you now? What are you gonna do to the traitor? He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on their farm, to think about what he did. Any more question? After she picks up the knife, that's funny. Can I join the family? Karazmith burst out laughing. That's all you want? You can have your pick of the non-tiefling gangs. You need no to tread on our territory. The family is for tieflings only, no exceptions. Oh, okay. Well, I have to go. Good decision. I don't plan to hang around longer either. Sister! Woljif nearly bites his lip. His cheeks are flushed and his tail is swishing through the air. You forgot something. You know? What now? You should be happy to alive? An apology. You promised to apologize to me loudly in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well? That. So, sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that because you didn't act like a jerk this one time that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Woljif. Diplomacy 20. We should go for it. That was the most pathetic apology I have ever heard. It failed? What? Really? Too bad, because that's all I've got. How'd that fail? That was a 20. Wolf watches her go, his tail relaxing. Oh, better than nothing. Listen, Chief. When you've got a spare minute, come see me. I've got something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground with the building above is ready to crash down on our heads. Wait, can I talk to him now?
I'm here. Where else would I be?
All right. Well, now we have Woljif for sure. Woljif, where are you, sir?
To the butt smashers.
Where are you?
Oh, button mashers.
Hey, there's Woljif right there, literally right in front of me. Oh, he's right fucking there. Are you kidding me? I had a dream that my parents bought a pet lion they kept in a tiny doghouse and tried to get kittens to play with it. What the fuck, Chandra? It's a weird dream, man. It's kind of a weird dream, bro. Okay. quick update. We have a new companion. His name is Woljif. He was in trouble with the thief of gangs that he was with. The gang of thieves? Did I say that right? The gang of thieves? They believed that they were doing an operation together and that he betrayed them to steal a valuable item. I just proved his innocence. However, we still want to figure out where the current amulet is. So we're going to talk to Woljif and see if we can continue figuring out this quest.
Psst, look, Chief. I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Wait, what? Woljif comes closer and looks around quickly to make sure no one is eavesdropping. He makes a subtle gesture and an amulet on a chain appears in his hand. A silver amulet in the shape of a waning moon with the dark crystals in the middle. The moon of the abyss. What? He did steal it! Are you kidding me, Woljif? I just protected you. Did you really have the amulet the whole time?
Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
Okay, chat, real quick. My current party members, I have a righteous zealot. I have a spider cat lady thing that devoured demons to get power and has proven in the past to betray her leaders if they're more powerful than their opponents. I now have a thief, magician, that also stole from his last gang that he was in. I feel like I'm not collecting the best party members at all. Is this game early access for full release? It's full release right now. It came out yesterday. So you did betray the Thieflings.
Oof, that cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that.
Woljif.
Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world.
Wow, thank you for
Is
the
it a
bits.
crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days?
So I am
Little
sitting
bit.
at my desk today minding my own business and a goddamn pigeon flew in my window, smashed into the blinds and then flew back out. I near shat myself. Since we are sharing stories today, peepo happy.
Why do you have your window open? Why do you have your window open? That's why I never open my window and I never breathe air. So I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. You are a chaotic evil, right? You get what you deserve. That is true. I am. That is true. Okay, remind me, why is this item so important?
You really not remember it? Oh, I thought you would appreciate it. It's from the old man Fileman, the owner of the Ancient Trees and Wonders shop. It's the pride of his collection. The Moon of the Abyss, an amulet with a rare crystal crafted by an unknown maker. When I think of how much this thing is worth, it makes my head spin.
How'd you hide it? Did you put it in your prison pocket?
Thieves have their ways.
He definitely put it up his butt. Why didn't you give the amulet to Karissa Mai right away?
What? So she would slay me right away, you mean? You saw how antsy she was over Canabras and all this. So I did it. I took the Moon of the Abyss. But I didn't go to Erebeth. And Big Sister wouldn't hear my explanations. She doesn't have the time. I even thought I'd hide the moon somewhere, and then when all the noise had died down, I'd go get it and make a run for it. I'm sick of the Thieflings. And they never appreciated me anyway.
Bro, all of you guys have trust issues. Why'd you steal the Moon of the Abyss? You wouldn't have been able to sell the item. It's so rare anyway.
Why, he asks? It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes. just
Why
to
don't
look
you
at
tell
it.
your group that then?
She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garen. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
Jeez, man. Good. You deceived the people who considered you a friend. That's not what you treat your friends. Lawful, atone for your crimes by serving the Crusade. You did the right thing by not giving away the amulet. Stealing from thieves isn't even stealing. You have to put yourself first. It's your business, not mine. I honestly don't care. As long as you don't betray me. It's your business, not mine.
Allies, friends, it's all a load of crap. Life brings us together, forces us to make plans, do whatever it is we do, but it's a safe bet that this ain't forever. I might be a traitor, but the others, are they any better than me? Melround had a good reputation in the family. He was trusted, and you see what happened. If you abide by the law, anyone can rob you. So you need to break the law first when no one expects it. And run before you go soft and get too attached.
I mean, he has some kind of logic.
Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief. I have my own
Hey,
business
Nitch.
selling things.
Good morning,
Thanks
mister.
to you, I'm still in the family. And we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
So, the good news about this entire side quest we did is I got a magical weapon that I now have currently on my character. This is actually a character that I can talk to, and it switches into weapons based on what I want it to be. And I can have conversations with it over time. So that's kind of cool. I now have a character weapon, and it gave me some stat bonuses. I also got a new character in the sense of Woljif. He's a magician that has some thief capabilities, and what he promised me is if I helped him out of jail and find this moon thing, he would turn around and give me a portal to his people to get new equipment. So that, I believe, is what he just gave me. So I want to know if there's a way for me to proc that now. So show me how to get stuff. Look, Chief, the Thieflings have all the best things. Oh, wow. So he just becomes a dealer. So I can straight up buy stuff from him now.